Hi everyone, and welcome to the Inside Guide podcast. My name is Marion, and my mission is to help you to open your mind to new possibilities and uncover your true potential. I help you to empower your life and improve your relationship with yourself. If you like the message that I try to share with the world, the best way to support the podcast is to share it with your friends, subscribe to the show, and rate it 5 stars on iTunes. Thank you for being here, and let's begin. Hello everyone, and welcome to this new episode. As always, I'm so happy to be here. And before we start, I just wanted to remind you that I created a very powerful tool. I created a workbook, What is My Life Purpose, that will help you so much to understand yourself a bit better, understand your purpose, understand your mission, and I really encourage you to do it. You can download it on my homepage, on my website, www.marionsanfilippo.com. The link is in the bio. All right, with that being said, let's start the episode of today, how to stop relying on others. This is something that I'm so happy to talk about. This is something really important to me, and I feel like it will help you a lot. So first off, I want to talk about happiness. How to define happiness and what is it? I just want us to all start on the same page. So happiness is the absence of suffering. It's the lack of worry or depression. When you're happy, you live a life full of meaning and purpose, and you're feeling content. I also want to remind you something from the very first episode of the Inside Guide podcast, The Pursuit of Happiness. And it is that when we say that we want to be happy, what we truly say, in fact, is that we want to feel good. The pursuit of happiness is, in fact, the pursuit of positive feelings. So when we want something, when we want a person or an object, if we want it, it's only because what we think we will feel when we will get it. So for example, if right now I really want to travel again, it's only because if I travel, I feel like I will be more free. It's only an example. Not so much actually, but shh, don't tell anyone. So with this episode, we saw that there is a strong link between what we think and how we feel. And the thing is that we often believe that we would feel much better if people around us change their behaviors. We often believe that life would be so much easier if we would earn more money. So when we say things like, I will feel better if you will make this change in your behavior or in your personality, what we actually say is my happiness depends upon your willingness and ability to modify your behavior. Therefore, I am powerless. I am powerless because my happiness depends only upon things I can control. Therefore, we spend our lives trying to change people around us. We spend our lives trying to control events. We don't feel capable to fully live our purpose. We depend on people's validation, which we never truly get. We never fully get everyone around us to validate what we do. Therefore, we never fully live. And when we live this way, we live what I often say, a life from the outside in. We are dependent of life circumstances and people's reaction. We depend on people's opinion and people validation. We are unsure about our worthiness and capability, and we have a strong lack of confidence and clarity. We look for others to define or save us. And what I want for you is to be independent. I want you to develop your self-leadership. I want you to become self-reliant. This is my mission. This is why I'm doing all this job, and this is what I'm doing with my clients. This is why I get up in the morning. I really want you to become independent, love. And I want you to live a life from the inside out. I want you to feel your worthiness, to be aware of it. I want you to live your life with purpose and that you have your own chosen purpose. I want you to have a strong sense of confidence and clarity. So today, I would like to talk with you of all the problems that we can encounter when we rely on others for our happiness. The first one is that when we do that, we become people pleaser. We please people. So when we please people, we struggle to say no. We are preoccupied with what others think of us. We feel guilty when we say no. We're scared of being labeled as selfish if we say no. We agree to things we don't like or we don't want. We struggle with feelings of low self-esteem, such as poor confidence, negative social comparison, self-doubt, negative self-talk, etc., many others. We apologize over nothing. It's those people who always apologize, always say like, oh, sorry about that, sorry about this. When we please people, we neglect our own needs and we constantly looking for people's approval. I believe that it's really important to understand the root cause for being a people pleaser, for trying to please people. Like most of the time, it's unconscious, right? So it can be because of a low self-esteem. So most of the time, you don't value your own desire. It can be your own insecurities. So you worry that people won't like you. Or it can also be past experiences. Any kind of painful, traumatic experiences can play a big role for that. So when you rely too much on others for your own happiness, it's important to understand that you can step into this. You can step unconsciously in this people pleaser behavior. And of course, it will hinder you more than the opposite. The second problem when you rely on others too much for your happiness is that you strengthen weaker relationships. When you meet other people's expectation, you may find yourself resentful. It's this kind of people that when you ask them something, they always say yes, or they say like yes often, but right after that, you can feel that they were not happy with this decision and they start to get angry. And the thing with those people is that you believe that they are angry at you, but most of the time they are angry at themselves. They are angry at themselves because they struggle to say no. They struggle to say what they really think, what they really feel. They struggle to say, oh no, I'm sorry, but I don't want this. They have a struggle to communicate their needs, so they become angry. I believe that it's important to understand the difference between being nice and please people. When you are nice, you completely feel okay to give a favor. You feel happy to help someone else. You feel happy to stop doing something to help someone else doing another thing. However, when you do something because you are scared of being rejected or disliked, this is when you are not being nice, but you are pleasing the other one. And often people like this, they think that they're helping others. They think that by saying yes, it's being nice. They think that they're being nice, being too much nice. They think that they're helping others, but in fact, they're doing the opposite. Unconsciously, they're disempowering people around them. So to create this podcast episode, I've been inspired with a lot of things, a personal coaching that I'm doing, but also a very powerful book that I just read about the law of attraction that explain a lot about the emotion. So it's called The Astonishing Power of Emotion. And I want to read you of it so you can understand a bit better about this aspect. The reason why we can be so hard on people we love the most is because we all want to be happy and we believe our happiness depends upon things over which we have no control. On the opposite, by trying to please others, you encourage distorted idea that someone else is responsible for their happiness, which in the long run disempowers them and make them unhappy too. Understand that the harder you try to make others happy, the more unhappy they become because they become dependent on behaviors outside of themselves, over which they have no control, rather than being in alignment with themselves, over which they have complete control. And I believe that this is really important when we think that we're helping others. In fact, unconsciously, we don't. We make them dependent upon our own behaviors, upon our own feelings, reactions, and opinion. This leads me to the third problem is that you strengthen control. When you rely on others for your happiness, you unconsciously strengthen a sense of control. And the thing is that you cannot control everything in life. You cannot control people's belief, people's reactions, people's opinion, people validation. You cannot control the forecast. You cannot control a global pandemic. You cannot control everything in life. It's so important to understand this. However, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You have the power to control your reactions. You have the power to control your beliefs, your thoughts, your self talk, and how you feel. Remember, there is a strong link between how you think and how you feel. If you cultivate thoughts such as, I can't tell people what I think and how I feel because they will dislike me. They will, I don't know, they won't respect me. They will mock me or whatever. If you cultivate those kind of thoughts, of course it's going to be a problem. It's going to be hard to become happy, to have strong and healthy relationship. So it is important to make your unconscious conscious, to understand why you have this kind of behavior. I really believe that if you want to improve your life, it is essential to understand your automatic behaviors, your automatic thoughts, your automatic feelings. And sometimes it's hard to do it on your own, but I truly suggest you to start this path, to start this journey, to make your unconscious conscious. As I shared a couple of days ago on social media, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. It's important that you start to rely on yourself and not try to control everything around you. So let me just give you a few tips to stop relying that much on others. The first one, as I said, is to understand your own insecurities, to understand the root cause of your insecurities, of your fears, of how you talk to yourself the way you do. I want to add to this that sometimes when we start this path, we can fall into a behavior when we want to understand everything and we overthink. So the aim is not to overthink everything and to understand absolutely everything, but just to shed light on your own insecurities, on your own fears. Is it a low self-esteem? What did you leave before that might have caused this? What is the belief behind this? What are the thoughts that you cultivate? What do you feel deep down? So take the time to reflect. Most of my clients, even my friends, my family, people around me, I see a lot of people, they don't take the time to reflect. And when I ask them really basic coaching questions, such as, what is important for you? What are your values? How do you want to live your life? What is it that you want to encounter in your life? What is it that you want to meet in your life? How do you want to feel? All of those questions, they all answer the same thing. I don't really take the time to think about it. But you know what? I want to tell you something today. It won't go anywhere. The reason why you're listening to me today, the reason why you want to improve your life, if you don't do anything about it, it won't go anywhere. Trust me. I lived a very traumatic childhood, and until I started to take the time to heal and take the time to improve my perception of it, what I thought about it, how I felt about it, it didn't go anywhere. And all around me, it was dark. All my relationships were very unhealthy. I had even a really unhealthy relationship with myself. We often live our lives on autopilot behavior. It's like we press the button, it's automatic, we can't do anything about it, we don't ask ourselves the good question, and then, we look back and we're like, what did I do with my life? And we try to change something, but at the same time, it asks a lot of things. It asks us to be strong and resilient, and we don't want it. And we feel like, it's okay. But you have no idea how many people I met as a nurse, old people telling me, enjoy your life, enjoy it now, do something with your life right now. You don't want to die with regrets. You can do the work at any time, at any age. Your life is now. I have once worked with a client that had an abusive sexual experience, and I told her that until she will make the move to do something with it, it won't go. Any traumas that you have, and it doesn't have to be that big, anything that you hold that you don't heal won't go anywhere. It will stay in your life forever, and it will affect everything around you. So take responsibility. Take responsibility for your thoughts, for your feelings, for your words, and for your actions. It's easy to blame. It's easy to blame people around us. Oh no, it's because she told me this, it's because she reacted this way, it's because my boss do this, it's because they think this about me, it's because of the global pandemic. It's really easy to blame. But I want you to stand in your power. I want you to reclaim your power and understand that reclaiming your power is this, is to take back your responsibilities. Because only you have the power to control your thoughts, to control your feeling, to control your words, and to control your actions. Make statements that empowers you. Statements such as, I am powerful enough in my own beingness to create whatever I choose. I want to finish this episode by a quote from the book that I just told you about the law of attraction. And they say, there is a true entrapment in the belief that your life would go better if everyone around you would cooperate, because in the majority of cases, those around you will pay attention to their own personal interests. When you realize you do not need the agreement of any other to create whatever you desire is truly liberating. So I hope that you liked this episode, and if you want to go further in this journey, if you really want to grow happiness, live your life with more purpose, if you want to open your mind to new possibilities, feel free to DM me, to contact me, as I have an amazing coaching offer that can help you on this path. Feel free to come and tell me if you liked the episode. Feel free to just come and say, oh, hi, that was really inspiring. If you liked it, share it with your friends, rate it on iTunes, leave a comment. I'm always happy to see that it helps you somehow. Take care, and I see you next week. If you listen to the Inside Guide, it's because you know that you have an extraordinary life to live. A life that is meaningful and impactful. It is my mission and my passion to help you creating it. If you like the show, then you will love my coaching program. I will guide you to make your unconscious conscious so you can get rid of your automatic behavior and start to adopt new thoughts and attitudes that support your life's choices, so you can start to gain self-confidence and feel yourself moving towards the life of your dreams. If you are interested, follow the link in the description and visit my website to book a free 30-minute discovery call.